Well, I have to say thank you for two reasons. One, on behalf of the museum, but secondly, it gave me the excuse to come up for Parents' Weekend a day early and spend it with my son at FSU. So there was no question as to who was actually coming to represent the museum. So, Great Explorations has been serving children and families for a quarter of a century. And those statistics, which sound impressive, I have to say that receiving an award is even more special when you don't intend to receive the award. We employ those folks because they are the best people for the job. And the partnership we have with agencies like the vocational rehabilitation folks just gives us the best people. And it has been a pleasure working with them. The talent is there. It has nothing to do with what your physical disposition is. It's all about that attitude that we've been talking about. One of the other things that we do is the museum serves children primarily ages 2 to 13, but we are expanding awareness in our exhibits. This year we have opened something called the Touch Tunnel. It's a maze that is in total darkness. It has tactile surfaces so that sighted children can go through using their senses of touch and sound. If you are unable to crawl through the maze, we have a surround that has tactile surfaces so children can also have that shared experience. We have a new art exhibit that's called Express Yourself Art Studio. Children can't always express verbally, and especially if you have some kind of a disability that does not allow you that verbal expression, it teaches children that the creative arts is a way to express themselves when they don't have that nonverbal ability. We also now have a traveling exhibit. We partnered with VSA Florida. All of the artists represented in what looks like a little mini art museum. It will travel to elementary schools, public elementary schools in Pinellas County for the next 4 years. All of the artists have some type of a limitation, which they show isn't limiting. So what we're trying to do is not only provide children with arts enrichment, but show them that they can overcome any challenge. Our sculptor is blind. So every artist that's represented, we're not only teaching them the arts, but we're teaching them an awareness. And the one thing that's been really interesting to me working at the museum is that children don't really see differences. They see unique attributes. And I think that's a subtle but very powerful distinction, that children, if they see a difference, that's a separation. But if they see what makes someone unique, that makes them a special individual. And hopefully by having representatives in our workforce, having exhibits that educate the children, and just in our daily lives demonstrating that it's not what your it's your ability. So thank you again on behalf of the museum, and anytime you're in St. Petersburg, come play in our exhibits. They're a lot of fun.
Hyatt Hotels have a rich history of embracing people with disabilities. Over the past 14 years, they've allowed 1,200 individuals with disabilities to train in their hotels. They're a longtime partner with the culinary training program called HandsOn Educational Services. In addition, Hyatt has hired more than 120 people with disabilities. Please come forward. Hyatt Hotels of Tampa Bay, Assistant Director of Human Resources, Jennifer Hackett, and John Ficca, Director of HandsOn Educational Services.
Thank you so much for this award. Our our Vice President of Diversity and Inclusion wanted to be here today, but he wasn't able to make it, so I'm truly honored to accept this award on behalf of Hyatt Hotels of Florida and Hyatt Corporation. We really value our partnership with HandsOn Education, with Vocational Rehabilitation, and the Division of Blind Services. Thank you so much.
I have to say something because our business partners are too humble. All of you that are represented here in this room, you're doing wonderful things. And our partnership with VR, DBS, and Hyatt, it started in 1998 at her hotel. Now we're at 8 full-service Hyatts in Florida, 8 in Texas, and 3 in Washington, D.C. We recently had a VR counselor from Madison, Wisconsin, who've learned about our program and sent 2 consumers to Tampa to train at her hotel, flew back to Madison. They're already working. So now we're touching the lives of people that aren't even in our state boundaries. And so on behalf of HandsOn Education and the consumers that we serve with VR and DBS's help, I want to say thank you to not only you, Jennifer. You know, HR is the door. And that can be good and bad. And these folks, they see trainees coming in every 2 weeks, and they're new employees. They pay them while they're going through the training, and they clock in and out, and it's reality to the max. And they get to fill out that first application. It says, "Where's the last place you worked?" "The Grand Hyatt, Tampa Bay." You know, reason for leaving: completed culinary training program, and they have a certificate to prove it, and that's so much value to our consumers. So thank you, Jennifer. Thank you to your general manager, and how cool is it that they have a vice president in Chicago that his title is diversity and inclusion. So Hyatt smells what we're cooking, and we appreciate it.
Our next award, the state of Florida is recognizing a well-known South Florida hotel, Lowe's Miami Beach Hotel. Lowe's currently employs 14 people with disabilities, which is about 2% of their workforce. They're actively recruiting those with disabilities when a position is open. Once hired, the hotel makes sure the individuals have the training and supports to succeed. Joining us from warm and sunny South Florida, and I think they're going to avoid this next hurricane, so maybe that's correct. Excuse me, is Lowe's Assistant Director of Human Resources, and hope I get this right, Adriana Kucinik. Did I get that correct? And please come forward, and Altra Gracia Gomez. I hope I got that close to correct.
Get the chance to give the speech. Well, on behalf of Lowe's Miami Beach Hotel and Lowe's Hotels in general, we are truly honored to be here and receive this award. More importantly, we really take advantage of all the opportunities that Agency for People with Disabilities and the state of Florida give employers to connect with those individuals that really care about getting a job and overcoming their disabilities and get into the workforce. Not only do we employ 14 employees right now, but we are also working with Miami-Dade County to go out there and give training to some of the people that participate in the program. We recently went to one of the job fairs that was sponsored by Abilities of Florida, and we gave a speech on how to get ready for a job interview. We talk about resumes, how to prepare, what questions they may ask you, what answers you can give. And it was truly honorful for me to go back a few months later to another job fair and see one of the attendees that said, well, you know what? It really helped me, the advice you gave me, and now I have a job. And I think it was helpful to get those tips. We are also going to partner now with Miami-Dade Public Schools and their Division of Special Needs to work with students. So hopefully next year we can take that extra step and start helping high school students prepare to get into the workforce once they graduate. So for us, it's really truly an honor to be here today and receive this award, and we want to thank the Agency for People with Disabilities for the opportunity that they gave us and for all the resources they offer us as an employer. Thank you very much.